Non ska pappa prata. Alright everybody, I'm a little bit early here, so I'm just going to be able to talk for a little bit before we get started here. Well, I'll tell you what, I have been working for about 7 days and trying to prepare for this event. And let me tell you what, it has not been easy. It has taken all my brain power. So now I know how the people in my group feel when, what it's like kind of being in the dark. And so I just got this going. Just got it going now. And you'll see some of the stuff I've done, and I've had to learn 2 completely new softwares, and trying to do it as professional as possible here. And you can see we're getting up, coming right up almost on 7 o'clock now. So I'll be able to get started here, and just to give you a little show. There's my 3D printer being printed out. Right now I am printing out a part of the fuselage, okay, and the printer, I'm going to be talking about that in just a couple of minutes. And this 3D print, I'm going to tell you, I've been 3D printing for 5 years, and I had another 3D printer, and I've been in the model airplane hobby ever since I was 8 years old. My father got me into flying U-control, solid wing, solid body, with 049 engines and everything, and I've been with the RC radio control community hobby ever since. I've flown planes, I've flown gliders, I've flown drones, I have flown helicopters, I've been into radio control. So it's a lot of fun. I mean, and like I said, I had a 3D printer. I've had it for 5 years. I've been 3D printing in that, and it's not too long ago really that I found out about printing 3D printing airplanes. But to be honest with you, it kind of scared me. All right, it's 7 o'clock. Welcome everybody. I hope everybody that is watching here has an interest in radio control model airplanes and 3D printing. First of all, before I even start, I want to give a big shout out. A big shout out to Dora Ding. FOKOOS has supplied me with the printer and the filament to make this project possible. And just a few words about this printer, let me tell you. It is the absolute easiest printer I've ever assembled. The gantry on it, was just folded down. And that's all you do is lift it up, put, I think it was 3 screws on each side, plug in a couple ribbon cables, and you're ready to go. Okay? So, that was the FOKOOS printer, and you will find a link to the FOKOOS company in my description below. Okay? So, now we're going to start talking about the plane that we're going to be building. 3D printing. And here, I'm going to just show you a little slideshow of what I'm going to be building. Okay? This glider is called the Rise, and it's a 2 meter. It's over 6 foot wingspan. And you can see there how it's built up into sections. Now, the one section, there's the glider itself. There's the sections. And then here's all of the manuals. Now this here is the add-on for electric motor, which I'm going to be having on mine, an electric motor. And it has spoilers on the wings to slow it down. Okay? So back here, and so as you can see here, I'm printing out the part of the fuselage right now, and it is by PlanePrint.com, and this is the Rise model. And you can see over here behind the printer there, right behind the print bed, you can see wing panels that I have already printed out. And I'll show you one here just a second. Let's get it turned around here. And here, this is one of the wing tips, since it is an elliptical wing. You see here, this is one of the wing tips, how it's coming out. So it will be, and all these parts will be glued together with super glue, and they have, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's tiny little holes right there and over here and over here, and these are line-up holes, and you use a 1.2 millimeter carbon fiber rod, and you also use a 6 millimeter carbon fiber rod in between the big panels on the inside, the first panels out from the fuselage. Now let me tell you something. A little bit about printing this airplane. There is certain specifications that you need. Your printer needs to do size-wise. Okay. The FOKOOS Odin-5 printer, which I have, it will print in X, Y, and Z. It will print 235 by 235 by 250 millimeters. Don't quote me on this one, but if you go to the PlanePrint website and you click on the Rise glider, if you want to build it along with me, because I have I can help you out. Let me put it that way. When you get to the website, you click on the Rise and just scroll down, and you'll see the manual, the building manual for it, which is at the bottom there, and you just click on the manual itself, and you will download it as a PDF. Okay, and read through it and read what the requirements of your 3D printer are. Okay, to see if you can print it out or not. Now, another thing I mean, having the printer that's capable of printing the correct sizes is one thing. And the filament. The filament that was also supplied to me by FOKOOS is PLA plus, that's what they call lightweight PLA, and it prints absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Once you get it dialed in. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the dialing in part. The slicer that they use, that they recommend, I mean, really, there's only one slicer that you can use for this project, and that is Cura. C-U-R-A. It is a free slicer. It's a free program, and let me tell you, I have used about 5 days printing, checking, printing, checking, printing, and checking for 5 days. I'm just going to show you. Let me give you a little shot here of what I have been printing. I mean, now, you take some of these and you look at them and you can see all the strings, and it's how ugly it is down in there, okay? Some of them, when I started out, weren't any better than this. And then I kind of got better, where it kind of looked better, but still, you see right there on the inside, it was not pretty. And you see here's another one, and this one is not, it's nice, looks nice on the outside, but as long as it doesn't have the structure built up inside, guess what? It will just break. Okay? So you need the structure on the inside. Now, this is a full-size panel that I did print out. Let me see if I can get a good shot of it. And here you can see the inside and how everything, there's no strings or nothing on this panel here. Okay? Now that there took me about 5 days to get dialed in. Now, on the Cura slicer, okay, what you're working with is what they call profile. And that is, in that profile is where you set up everything. I'm talking about your temperatures, your feed rates, everything, layer heights, and all of that, okay? And plus there's a ton of them, of settings. And I have found that some of the hidden ones are the ones that really fix things sometimes, okay? So like I said, I have used 5 days to dial this in. And I finally got it dialed in, and I have now, let me see if I can give you a shot of these wing panels that I have printed out. Okay, and this one here is one that was a test at 235 degrees, and it weighs 62.6 grams. Okay. Now, this panel, I'm going to tell you what, I mean, it is a gorgeous print. It is a beautiful, beautiful print in all respects. So the only thing was, I noticed that there was a little bit of, You can't really see it in this light, but it's kind of like little ripples, and that's all I did was ran another test and dropped my temperature down to 230. Okay, now I will be giving you guys all of the settings in Cura. Okay, now so far, building this airplane or 3D printing this airplane requires 4 different profiles. Okay, one profile is for the wings, which is a thin wall. All right, very thin walled, and they are very lightweight, and they are very strong. So you have one profile for the printer. For the wings, and then you have another profile for a lot of the parts that you're going to be printing out. For example, the trays that go inside the glider that hold your servos, okay, and your receiver and stuff like that. You're going to be printing those out. Now that's a different profile, and the fuselage right now is also being printed out in the same profile as the wings. So there's 4 different profiles. I have one of them dialed in so far, and that's profile number 3, which is for the wings. Now, what I'm hoping for is that several of you people join me on doing this. Print out a plane with me. And one thing I can tell you guys, follow along on these sessions. I'm going to be doing them every Monday night, and I would like to do actually 2 a week. But for right now, because of things going on and everything, kind of have to try to stick to once a week. All right. Now, if anyone wants to get a hold of me, I can put my the easiest way to get a hold of me is by checking out my Facebook group. And that is, my Facebook group is Paul apostrophe S CNC, 3D printers and cool digital gadgets. Okay? Go to my group, and there you can find me. Or find me on Messenger. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to share my profiles with you. But there's a little bit I have to say about the profiles. Now, when you go to PlanePrint.com and you click on the Rise glider, okay, and you scroll down through, and you're going to see where they have profiles that you can download. If you have an Ender machine or another different printer, okay? Now, I would say that my printer is probably the closest thing to it would be the Ender 3 or something like that, okay? And I just have to say this. Those profiles did not work on my printer. That's why I had to use 5 days to come up with my own solution there, as far as tweaking the profile. Okay? But there are tons of profiles there available for free. And some of them are machine specific. They tell you exactly what machine they go to and which profile number it is, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay? So I'm just going to show you here. I am going to show you a little slideshow here of what is going to be built. And this hit right there, that's what you just saw was the motor and spoiler upgrade. The motor and the spoilers are put in to slow it down. Gliders are very, very, very fast. Okay? And you need spoilers to slow them down. So, the way I'm going to build mine is I'm going to build mine with the electric motor, and I will have a folding prop. So that's all I do. That's all I'll do is use the electric motor to get me up high enough to where I can hit the thermals. And the thermals are just hot air rising, and it's just like it is exactly like an elevator in the sky. Okay? And those thermals, you know, everybody's seen buzzards and that, you know, how they'll just fly and glide without using their wings. Well, that's what they're doing, is they're catching up the thermals, and they're just like elevators. They hit a thermal and they just rise right up. And you do the same thing with a glider. And once you get good at flying a glider, to be honest with you, you could fly all day long. And just fly it. When it starts coming down a little bit lower, then you will just find look for a thermal. You hit a thermal and right back up again. Okay? Gliders are a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. They really are. And this one here is, I mean, it really looks like a beautiful glider. And I haven't downloaded a clip for, let me see, what is this clip here? Let's just see here for a second. Okay, that was that being printed. This is where I started printing the fuselage. This is the first part of the fuselage here. Okay? And, but like I said, this is really going to be a lot of fun to build. One other thing. For you people that might not have a 3D printer, I'm going to bring this up again, and I am just going to say a little bit about this FOKOOS printer again. Now, I've heard, old Birdie told me that that these FOKOOS printers are going to be on sale pretty soon. Okay? I do not want to mention a date or anything because I'm not really. At my age, I can't remember my birthday. Okay, so I don't want to say anything wrong, but I know there's a sale coming up for anyone that would like a new 3D printer. And I'm going to tell you something. FOKOOS printer, compared to my other printer, FOKOOS has taken 3D printing to a whole new level. Let me tell you. I mean, the finishes that this printer produces is unbelievable. It really is. I mean, and it is super quiet. I mean, it's running right next to me now. Okay? And I can show you here. I can show you here with the camera on it. And what you hear is, that's all you hear is the fan in the back. But this printer, my God, it has heated bed, and it has the 250 millimeter travel in the Z-axis. And since I got this printer dialed in for this aircraft, it has been going literally 24/7. That's all I do is, as soon as that one part is finished, I get it off the table. I empty my screen on Kira. I load in the next wing panel or the next panel, whatever I'm going to do, and just hit start. And it's been going like that for like 3 days, 4 days now. And at the same time, I've been working on this new software, which I hope everybody enjoys it, because I think it's a little bit more professional than it was on my last videos, okay? At least now I can show you some cool stuff, and you know, I can show you the printer, and I have the names of the companies here, FOKOOS Printer and Rise PlanePrint, okay? I really suggest you check these guys out, okay? And let me see here. So, if you want to follow along with me, I'm going to tell you right now that what it cost me for the STL, I ordered it from PlanePrint, and I think it was 25 pounds, okay? And that is, let me tell you, the quality of these STLs is flawless. So far, as far as I've gotten now, I have basically, you could put it this way, one wing printed out. Because what I'm doing is I have 2 rolls of the PLA Plus filament, okay? And one roll is red and one roll is white. And so I thought I'd just mix it up a little. So on the wings, I'm going to print red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white. Okay, so it'll be, the wing panels will be red and white, and the fuselage is going to be red and white. So I printed all of the wing panels already that are going to be white. So now I've started printing the parts of the fuselage that are going to be white, and then I have to go back and print all of the red all the red parts that are going to go in between. Okay, so my plane is going to be red and white. Now, if you people want to build and follow along with me, that's the reason I'm making this video. If you did not feel comfortable doing such a project before, and you have a 3D printer that is capable of printing this size, and you've been in the model airplane hobby for most of your life, this is really something to try, okay? I think you'll have a lot of fun. And I mean, there's the possibilities of being able to print out a 3D plane. It blew me away. It really did. I've always built with balsa wood and covered it, with monocoat and all that. But this here, let me tell you, it's a whole different ball game. And I was super impressed by the strength of these things. I mean, really, this test panel here. This test panel, I mean, I mean, nothing. It is solid. Okay, and yet one whole wing panel only weighs 62 grams, which actually my wings, in the description, in the manual, if you download the manual for the rise and read it, okay, you're going to see in there for every part there is a description. It tells you which profile you need to use to print it with, what kind of filament. Now there some parts, the smaller parts in that, are printed in just regular PLA, and some parts are printed in, I think it was ABS, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so there's 3 different kind of filaments that you're going to be using to build it. Also, you'll see what else that you'll need to do the build. Now, I said in there, one of the other things that you need to have are 6mm carbon fiber rods and 1.2mm carbon fiber rods. That's just, kind of some of the extras you're going to need. Plus, you're going to need medium density super glue and light super glue, very fluid super glue. Need one of each, okay? And basically that's about it, really. And obviously an X-Acto knife, because on these parts, when you print them out with a brim, which is a little edge that which holds it, keeps it held down on the print table. Now this brim, you see here, I just pulled some of it off, but you have to use an X-Acto knife and go along and just cut it right off. Okay, and then here you can see this is for your 6mm carbon fiber rod, and then here is the, let me see, I'm trying, all this is backwards on here, so it's kind of crazy. Then here's for your 1.2mm carbon fiber rod, which is going to line up the next panel. And here is the next one over here. Little tiny little hole there. Okay? So that's, and like I said, I mean, really, these are super strong. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So this is going to be a lot of fun to build. It really is. Obviously, it takes time to print out. Okay? And let me see. I'm just trying to think what the best, what I'll do for my next on my next video. I will have pictures, and I will have references and links, and I will have a full description of my my profiles, or at least profile number 3, which you probably start out with first to print the wings, and that there will take you long enough until I get the next profile down. Okay? Now, like I said, for you people that would like to print out something like this, that have been in the radio control business and that, or hobby, I can tell you this, that I'm not really sure what the market price right now for the FOKOOS printer is. I believe it's just around $300. But like I said, they are going on. They will be going on sale and I will have a date for you people. Okay, if you wanted a 3D printer and if you have been waiting, if you've been sitting waiting to get a 3D printer, this is the one. It really is. I'm not joking. This printer is. I just can't. I mean, to be honest with you, it blows me away every time I use it. And I have 2,000 members in my group on Facebook, and a lot of them have gotten those printers and they bought them, and let me tell you, it's just, people are just amazed, really, by the quality of the prints that come off of it. Okay? So let's just take a look back here and let's see how far this has gotten so far. And you see here, and I only have 6 minutes left on that. Okay? And like I said, this is all the stuff you're going to be printing out. You're going to be printing out all your wing panels, but you are definitely gonna be printing out a bunch of test prints. There's no getting around it. There is no getting around it. Okay? And as a matter of fact, I just saw a post in another group. They're talking about low budget radio control airplanes, and there was a guy there that started out, and now this piece here, let me show you, this piece right here, you see here, it even has the logo on it. Okay, PlanePrint, PlanePrint.com. Okay, and he was showing, he had pictures of it in his post, and I mean, it didn't, maybe it didn't look as bad as this, but he had a bunch of stringing going on in it, and he thought, well, since it looked really good on the outside, you know, that maybe it would work. But like I said, if it doesn't have the stability inside, you done lost it. So everything has to be dialed in, and it has to be 100%. Because I mean, you don't want. I mean, I'm telling you, those gliders, they'll do 100 miles an hour. I mean, on a shallow dive. I mean, really, they will move. And what happens with gliders that do not have spoilers, which come up and break the speed, okay? What happens with gliders is, actually there's a couple things that can happen with them. One thing is that you can get it caught in a thermal going up, and it will disappear. Even though you have control, it will disappear. Yep. My father had one way back in 1965. We lived in Mexico City, and we were out in this great big field, and he had a glider with a little motor on it that took it up so high, and that it got in a thermal. That's all we saw, was it disappeared in the clouds, and that was the last we saw of it. But like I said, those gliders are so fast. Now, what do wings do on an aircraft? They lift the aircraft, right? Because of the shape of the wing. That it creates lift. Well, the faster the plane goes, the more lift you're getting. And what happens is the gliders can go so fast that the wings actually fold up. That's no joke. That's why they have spoilers on them. Okay? So, I am really excited about keep printing what I'm doing here. Now I've used these 5 days to learn the software and get the software kind of where I kind of, I'd like to say, have an idea of what I'm doing, but I'm not really sure about that one. But I've lucked out that I've gotten this far, and like I said, I can do some things here, you know, and I can play a video there if I want, and I can show you the other camera and the advertisements, and then I can show you the other things that I've done, and I can show you a slideshow, and I also have the focus. So that's how far I've gotten. and to be honest with you, it wasn't until a half hour ago that I got it all put together. Excuse me. So that's really where I'm at right now. And in my group, if you have any questions about the FOKOOS printer, my contact woman in China is Dora Ding. And I would like to give Dora Ding a big shout out for everything that she's done for me. Really. She has made this possible. Okay? And wait till you see the results. Wait till you see the results. Like I said, it's gonna be like that there. Okay? And I mean, let me see, right there. Stop it right there for a minute. Now you see these spoilers. That's all this upgrade is 2 wing panels, and the spoilers go down in the wing panel. They're flush with the wing panel when they're flat, and they just lift up like a brake. So I'm going to be ordering the motor upgrade with the STLs of these wing panels with the spoilers, because I don't want to really lose my plane in a thermal because I couldn't slow it down. Okay? And you can see here on this picture here, I mean, look at the construction in these wings. It is phenomenal. It really is. And this whole wing is elliptical like that. I mean, it is, like I said, I'm going to show you like I said, go back here, and you see here's the elliptical, and now I just have to print out the actual wing tip, okay? But that's going to be in red, all right? So, like I said, I've been trying to learn this stuff and trying to make it best for you people to be able to present it so that you'll be able to understand it and get the full grasp of what it's all about. So right now, if you people, anybody here that's watching, or anybody that you know that might be interested in this, let them know about my channel, okay? And please, if you like this video, if you like what's going on, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, well, CNC, that's basically what I teach CNC machines, these home 3018 machines and all that, and I teach software, easel software, all that. But today, CNC means cool and creative, okay? So I'm going to tell you, I want to do more. For example, I have a kayak that I have converted. It takes me 10 minutes to convert my kayak from a kayak to a sail yak, a sailboat, a sailing kayak, yeah, with a mast, sail, everything. And I'm going to be making a video of that to have in my YouTube channel also. How you do it, what you need, how to do it. I'm going to show you. Okay. So there's a lot of ideas I have going on, but right now the big one is to get this glider built. Okay. Get this glider built and flown. And yes, I will be making videos of it being flown. Okay? I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. It really is. And the cool thing about these, let's just say something happens. Let's just say you break the tail on it. Print out another one. That's simple, really. Yeah? Print out another one. So, spare parts you don't have to worry about. You break a wingtip, print out another one, glue it on. Yeah. So like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. It really is, and I'm really looking forward to have people do this project with me, because that's what's a lot of fun. And since I have started already, then I can already set you up with the profile that I have that works perfect on the FOKOOS printer right now. Okay? So, obviously, all of my profiles are going to be geared to the FOKOOS printer. Duh. You know? So, that way when, if anybody out there has a FOKOOS printer, which many do, I know there's quite a few people that have bought them already, but if there's any of you guys that are wanting to get one, wait until my next YouTube channel, or next video here on building 3D plane, and I will give you more information about when the sale on that printer is going to be, and I'll have a lot more information for you. I'll have the link. You'll be able to upload my profile, and I'll be having some more videos in here of that airplane and or that glider. And like I said, tonight was more or less just wanting to let you guys know what this is all about. Now you see here, now you see my fuselage part is basically finished. Let me see, let me get you big here. A second. So there. And I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see if I can get it right. But anyways, it does say PlanePrint Rise. Okay, so that's actually, this is where the wing is going to sit. This is your wing cradle. Okay. So, and I'm going to show you here. If you, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but right here, yeah, you can barely see like an indent right there. Well, guess what? That indent, I'm sure, is gonna sit. Let me see. I think it's gonna be something. I mean, there's another piece that, but there's something that it goes in there, something like this. We'll see. We'll see when it all gets printed out. Okay. But as it is now, like I said, I have a bunch of stuff to print. And here again, here you see, there you go, your 1.2 millimeter hole guides here and here, and yeah, one at the bottom. And they are for guiding the next piece on. And like I said, this brim, this has got to be taken, cut off later on. Okay, so this is part of the fuselage. And since I've been talking with you, I haven't been able to start my next print yet. So, like I said, it's all about printing a 3D glider. And I am going to provide all of the information that I possibly can so that you'll be able to print one if you're interested. Okay? I mean, let's start a 3D glider club or group on Facebook. Okay? Really? I mean, there's probably tons of them already, but 3D printed gliders. But as I said, I highly recommend that you go to PlanePrint.com and check out the other aircraft they have. Very, very cool. Okay? Now, these gliders, it should be, I mean, they're basically very docile to fly. They're not crazy it's not like flying a rocket, or these are very docile. You can get them to fly very slow, very slow. And another thing, if you're not interested in using the electric motor to get it up, okay? There's another way of launching it, and this is something that my father used to do, which is a popular method for people that have gliders. And what he had was, he had 100 foot of surgical tubing, which stretches, it's like rubber band, surgical tubing. He had 100 foot of surgical tubing, and then he had 200 foot of line after that, and he had a ring on the end, and on the bottom of the plane there's a hook. And what you do is you put a stake in the ground with a surgical tube at the end of the surgical tubing, all the way at the other end of the field. You put a stake in the ground, you hook that ring onto your airplane, you start walking back and tightening it up, and let me tell you, when you let that thing go at a 45-degree angle, it shoots right up, and it'll get up to about 300 foot. Okay? And then the ring falls off of the plane, and you're gliding. Doesn't cost you any fuel, nothing. Okay? So, and that also is included in the kit, is the hook for the underneath the plane. Alright, so now I think I gave you guys a good enough idea about what this YouTube project is going to be comprised of, what you need to know as far as specifications of your 3D printer, if it'll work or not. Like I said, go to the PlanePrint.com and click on the Rise, and then scroll down and click on the manual, and it comes right up as a PDF, and you can scroll down and read all the specifications and what you're going to need to build this glider with. Okay? So, I would like to say thank you. I would like to thank everyone for joining in tonight. I would, like I said, I'd really like to do this twice a week, but I'm not quite there yet, okay? So, now you know what it's all about, and you know, you're going to know now where to tune in next week at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here, okay? And remember, my Facebook group is Paul's CNC, 3D printers, and cool digital gadgets. And please hit the like button here and hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you guys next week. Okay? We'll see ya.